What's going on, guys? It's Ghost. Today I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way to jailbreak your PS4 using a PC and a USB drive. Let's get into it. So alright guys, over on the PS4 side, I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. We're going to go over to settings, go down to system, and I'm just going to show you guys, for me, system information, I'm currently running 8.52. What we're doing though is we're going to upgrade our firmware to 9.00. 9.03 has come out. However, there is not a jailbreak for that yet. We do not want to go to 9.03. If you already have, then I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait a little bit. The best thing that you could possibly do whenever new firmwares come out is just don't update yet. Wait to see where the jailbreak community is going and then go from there. So we do have to do a little bit of prep work before we really get into this. So we have to go down to our network, hit X on that. We need to set up a network connection. It can be over Wi-Fi, it could be over Ethernet, whichever one you got available. So for me, I'm going Wi-Fi. We'll go custom, pick your Wi-Fi network. Now you'll get to the screen where you have your IP address settings. We'll leave those automatic. DHCP host name, we don't need to specify. The DNS settings, this is what we need to change. So we're going to go manual, primary DNS. We want this set to 192.241.221.79. And then for the secondary, we want it set to 165.227.83.145. And all this is essentially doing is this is what's blocking the system from sending information and requesting for updates from the Sony servers. So after you've done all that, you should be set. It is going to fail on the PlayStation sign in because it's not going to make any form of contact whatsoever with Sony servers. So now that you've got those DNS settings set up, you're set as far as the PlayStation side of things are concerned and prep work. Now we got to go over to the PC, get your USB ready, and let's get that set up. So over on the PC side, there are three things that you're going to need. You're going to need a way to make a USB drive into a bootable image. I prefer Rufus. That's what I use. There's Windows Disk Imager, Etcher, there's Rufus. You have a plethora of options. If you're following along with a tutorial and you want to use Rufus, I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. We're also going to have to go to Dark Software here and get a copy of the official firmware. What you're wanting to look for is, I'll also leave a description for this down below. Look for the retail firmware side, and we want to scroll all the way down until we see 9.0. You are going to have to create an account and log in to download this. I've already got mine. And then we're also going to need to get the image file from the GitHub page, which I will leave a link to this as well in the description. Everything that we're going over, I'll try to leave down in the description if I can. Usually when it comes to links and everything else, they try to take videos down and whatnot. So I'll try to make this as clean as I possibly can. So the GitHub, the software, and Rufus will all be linked down in the description below. Now that you have your three pieces downloaded, it's extremely simple on how to do this. All you have to do, we're going to plug in our USB drive. So we've got our USB drive in. We're going to create a new folder. If yours looks different from mine, you might be running Windows 10, 7, 8, this is Windows 11. We're going to make a folder called PS4, all uppercase, no space. Go into it, create a new folder, call it update, all uppercase. And then we're going to take that update file that we downloaded, drag it into the update folder that we created. After we've got it actually in the folder, you're going to right click it, rename it, and make sure it says PS4 update.pup. That is it. That is all we want it to say. This download comes with it being named PS4 update 900. Delete the 900. We only want it to say PS4 update.pup. If you don't see the .pup and you happen to be on Windows 11, you can come up here where it says view, go where it says show, and check where it says file name extensions. If you're on Windows 10 or earlier, there's a tab up here that will say view. You can click it, and then there's an option that I want to say it's generally over here on the right side that has file name extensions. It's a little checkbox that you can check, and it will give you the file name extensions at the end of every file. So essentially, going over it really quick, the USB drive should be PS4. Inside the PS4 folder should be update. Inside of that folder should be PS4 update.pup. That's it. So now that we've got that set up, we're just going to go ahead, take the USB, eject it. Now that it's safe to remove, we'll go ahead, we'll pull it out of the system. We're going to hop back over to the PS4, update to 9.0, and then come back to the PC, put the bootloader on it, and then jailbreak the PS4 from there. Super simple. So I'll see you guys over on the PS4 side. All right, so we go ahead, we'll plug in our USB, give it a couple of seconds to kind of boot in, get recognized. Then we'll go down to settings, system software update, and it should automatically recognize that we have the 9.00 software update. If it doesn't, go back onto the PC, make sure that the file names and the folder names are the exact same. PS4, all caps, no spaces. Update, all caps, no spaces. It's super easy that at the end of one, you accidentally put a space or something like that. And then make sure that the file name is PS4 update, all caps, no spaces, .pup. So we're going to go ahead and hit update. It's going to install the 9.0 update. And once it's finished, we'll be right back here. All right, so we're back up and going. And as you can see right there at the top, it said it installed the system software version 9.00. But we are just going to double check just to make sure. So go down to system information, and you can see right there, system software 9.00. Now, one thing I do want to point out, if you do have any pending software that's been downloaded, delete that before you attempt to do the update through the USB. So if you've got anything up here in your notifications that's pending, just hit the options, delete it, and get it out of there. That one was literally just a notification saying that 9.00 was installed because I didn't have anything there to like show you guys. But if you do have anything that's pending install, has already been downloaded or anything like that, go ahead, shut that off. Now, another thing that you might also want to do is come back over here to settings, go down to where it says system, automatic downloads, and turn that off. We want all of the system software updates, all of that, uncheck all of it if you have it checked already. So now one of the last things that we do want to do before we go back over to the PC and we get that image file set up, come over to your internet browser, go ahead and open that up. We want to hit the options, go to settings, and we want to clear website data, delete our cookies, and clear our browsing history. If you fancy yourself a little corn, you already know how to do all of this. But just in case, it's a super simple thing. It's just hit options, browsing history, options again, clear, then hit options, settings, delete the cookies, and clear your website data. So at this point, what's going to happen is, because the way we set up the DNS, it is no longer going to route to Sony. It's actually going to route to the exploit host here. Me personally, I'm not big on it. So what we're going to wind up doing, we're going to head back over to the PC because we do have to make the image file. And then from there, I'll show you guys how to get it installed, booted, and you're set after that. So back over to the PC we go. All right, so here we are. We've got our USB plugged in. We've got Rufus and the image. These are the only two things that we're gonna need. Now at this point, we're gonna open up Rufus, get it booted up. You may have to come here where it says show advanced properties and list USB drives. If that is the case, then click advanced, list USB drives, and depending on whatever yours is labeled, mine's at this point, it's just USB drive letter F. So that's what we go based off of, is drive letter F, 16 gig USB drive. Now right here, we want this to say disk or ISO image. We'll hit select, go to where it's located, which is this exfathacks.img file. Hit open. Once it gets loaded in, hit start. And then we hit OK. Let it run, partition the USB drive. It shouldn't take too long at all. And we'll be back once it's done. So now that it's done, you'll see right here where it says ready. All we got to do is just hit close. So at this point, now that that's done, you should no longer see your USB in your devices and drives. So to check that, you can just come over here, click on this PC. It'll show you all of your drives. As long as the USB is not there, you should be set. It's now a bootable USB. Now, all we have to do is unplug it and head back over to the PS4. And I promise, guys, this will be the last time that we go back and forth. All right, so at this point, we're over at the PS4. We've got one thing that we have to do. We want to come up here to the URL, and we want to put in caro 218.ir. Now this is one of the many exploit host sites. You can use this one by Al Azif. You can use the caro 218.ir. You can use I think it's Night King Host is another one, but there's so many out there that you can actually use. This one I'm using caro 218. It's just what I'm familiar with. So right here at this point, we're going to go to where it says 9.00 gold and hit the X on that, wait for it to load. And now it's going to cache the entire website. So if you are offline, you'll be set. We do not want the USB in at all right now. It will prompt you to let you know when to put the USB drive in the system. So we just wait for this to cache. And once it's done, it'll prompt us. We'll be good to go. And from there, you guys will see after this, you're done. It's jailbroken. So it does tell us to turn off the internet and reopen the page. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is just go home, click on the internet browser again, reopen the page. So we've got this reopened back up. It's already recached. So we're just going to come down here where it says Gold Hen version 2B. Hit the X on that. It's going to say loading Gold Hen. At this point, we're just going to wait for us to get a little bit of a pop-up. It'll tell us when to insert the USB. Like I said previously, please do not have the USB installed right now. Wait for the pop-up. Once we get the pop-up, we'll plug the USB in. You'll probably get an error. Like right now, we just got the pop-up to insert the USB. You'll probably get an error saying that the USB drive is not supported. Once you get that pop-up, you're clear to hit the OK button. We'll give it a few seconds to just put the USB in. USB storage devices file system is unsupported. We're going to hit OK. And there we go. We're done. We'll hit OK on that. So at this point, we'll remove the USB drive. We'll go back to the home page. And if you want to know if you're done or if you did it right, go over to settings and you can come right up here to Gold Hen. And that tells you your system's jailbroken. You also have debug settings that you have access to. So if you wanted to FTP into your PS4 using something like FileZilla or another form of an FTP service, you can turn that on. It'll go ahead, it'll give you an IP and a port number to connect to. You've got the bin loader server, a package installer. So anytime you got PKG files, anything like that, you can now add them onto your PlayStation, install them, and now you have access to pretty much installing whatever you want. So we'll wind up having a full video going over how to install package files and everything else. So stay tuned for that. If this helped out and you guys were able to jailbreak your PS4, a like and a subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. I tried to keep this one short. Most of them are super long, but I tried to make this one short, quick, simple, to the point. Also, if you guys are going to be up gaming, you're going to need your energy. You're going to need to be able to focus, especially if you're playing Vanguard or Battlefield, Apex, Fortnite, Call of Duty, whatever you happen to be playing. Get yourself some Juju at jujuenergy.com. Use code GHOST. You'll get 10% off. It'll also help you fight the blue light strain that your eyes feel. We also stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. Undefined Ghost. I'll have links to everything in the description. Again, guys, if you enjoyed this, like and a subscribe would be greatly appreciated, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.